Shalom, shalom, shalom to the hopeful elect, to the elect of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Got to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahai, not Allah, not Abba, not Yahuwah, not Hashem, not Yahweh, Haveh, Vaveh. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua, not Yahusha, not Jesus. It's Yahweh Shah. So I got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rekah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elder, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the occupants, pushing the truth and believing the truth with the four winds of the earth, the entire world, shed light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the Akwath who are listening learning. You few sisters who are listening learning. I'm Isaiah from GMS Solano, Camp Prophet of Doom. Coming into another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification. Another day of edification, Lord, which be edifying. So I titled this lesson, The Antiochus Effect, America's Slow and Painful Death. And this last current heathen rulership, which is being ruled by the so-called white man, they are at the final stage of being destroyed. And we talk about this a lot. America is in hospice, man. If you know about hospice, this is where America is at. Babylon the Great America is in hospice. So I'll be mentioning this a lot, and I just thought about this title because I'm always talking about what the Lord is doing to this last so-called white man's empire. It's the same way how the Lord destroyed Antiochus Epiphanes. And then I saw this article as it's titled The Deaths of Antiochus IV, Herod the Great, and Herod Agrippa the First. So, as it say here, it say both in sacred and profane literature, it is recorded that during the last illness of various eminent persons, the fatal issue was accelerated, and the circumstances of death made extremely repulsive by parasites infesting the body to such an extent as to give the impression to the beholders that the unfortunate patient was being literally devoured up with worms. A familiar instance is the death of Herod Agrippa, as narrated in the Acts of the Apostles, and the closing scenes in the lives of Antiochus Epiphanes and Herod the Great were even more distressing from the same cause, as all three kings were guilty of blasphemous impiety. It has been assumed by some commentators that he was eaten up of worms. It's simply a picturesque phrase without any foundation of actual fact beneath it, which has been added to the narrative to intensify the description of the horror and pain of the death, considered to have fallen upon the offenders as the just punishment for their particular sin. There is nothing intrinsically improbable, However, in a single detail of these narratives, on the contrary, the clinical observation, as far as they go, are so accurate as to enable us particularly to identify the particular disease and its complications from which each of these royal patients suffered. And it is quite certain that parasites of various kinds, either directly or indirectly, have been the cause of many deaths. The only doubt and difficult lie in determining precisely the creature that is meant by worms, a term which is as an indefinite in Hebrew and Greek as it is in English. These words are translated worm in the Old Testament. So I just want to show this. And let me get these precepts. Hold on, let me pull this blue letter. Bear with me. I want to show that. Then let me pull this blue letter up. Get a couple of these precepts. So then I got this here. Let me read this. This is an article I saw as well. It's called Herod the Great, the King of Judah, died. It's a detailed account of Herod's death. Now it's a Herod's final illness was characterized by uncontrolled anger, fever swelling around the feet, and severe itching that ultimately led to intestinal inflammation and gangrene of the genitals. Man, that got to be horrible, man. It said worms. The detailed description of Herod's death includes being eaten by worms, which is a common way to describe a rotten body from a severe infection. So hold on here. Let me open this. It says, therefore, Herod the Great death was likely due to a combination of serious illness with symptoms indicating potential kidney and genital issues and possibly a parasitic infection or related complications that led to a painful demise. So let me get this in. Let's go to Acts 12. Just something I was thinking about. So I said, let me just go to this. Ain't gonna make it too long, Lord willing. So in Acts 12, right? And in the article I was just showing, it said these three was boasting themselves, right? Let me read it again before I read this precept. So in the article, it reads, it say, as all three kings were guilty of blasphemous impiety, it has been also assumed. It say, I'm just gonna read this point. All three kings were guilty of blasphemous impiety, right? Boasting themselves to be. I know Antiochus Epiphanes and this devil Herod. So right here in Acts 12, it reads, it's Acts 12 and 21, right here. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them. Let me look up this word oration. Hold on here. Okay. Oration G1215. It reads to address a public assembly, make a speech to the people. Okay. So he made to address public, to address a public assembly. Okay. I just want to make sure I understand what it's saying. So it say again, this is Acts 12 and 21. Acts 12, yeah, 20. Let's read 21 again. And upon they set Rod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them. And the people gave a shout, saying, it is the voice of a God and not of a man. See? And immediately the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not God the glory, and he was eaten of worms and gave up the ghost. Now let me pull up, bear with me. I got to get this. Let me pull up this apocrypha here. Bear with me. Just bear with me here. Let me go to this chapter. Go to Second Maccabees real quick, cause this is the same thing that same thing Antiochus did, man. He boasted himself to be a god, man. So let's pull this up. So this is Second Maccabees, chapter 9 and 1. It reads, About that time came Antiochus with dishonor out of the country of Persia, for he had entered the city called Persepolis, and went about to rob the temple and to hold the city. Whereupon the multitude, running to defend themselves with their weapons, put them to flight. And so it happened that Antiochus, being put to flight, of the inhabitants returned with shame. Now when he came to Epathan, news was brought him what had happened unto Nicanor and Timotheus, Salakia. Then, swelling with anger, he thought to avenge upon the Jews the disgrace done unto him by those that made him flee. Therefore, commanded he his chariotmen to drive without ceasing, and to dispatch the journey, the judgment of God now following him, for he hath spoken proudly in this sort, that he would come to Jerusalem and make it a common burial place for the Jews. Then Edomite lost, and now he pissed off with us. But that's that perpetual hatred that goes back to Genesis 3. When the Lord said he's going to put enmity between thy seed and her seed, which is the enmity between the Israelites and the Edomites. It reads, verse 5, but the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, they got that spelled wrong, smote him with an incurable and invincible plague. Or as soon as he had spoken these words, a pain of the bowels that was remediless came upon him, and sore torments of the inner parts. And that most justly, for he had tormented other men's bowels with many and strange torments. Yep, like the 7 sons, man. Like the 7 sons is 2 Maccabees 7. Howbeit, and you know if he did that to those 7 Israelite brothers, and I'll tell you what he did to the other heathens. Howbeit he nothing at all ceased from his bragging, but still was filled with pride. That's the so-called white man for you. Breathing out fire in his rage against the Jews and commanding to haste the journey. Speed up. I'm finna get these motherfuckers. But it came to pass that he fell down from his chariot, carried violently, so that having a sore fall, all the members of his body were much pain. Just imagine nigga falling off a chariot. And thus he that a little forth thought he might command the ways of the sea, so proud was he beyond the condition of man, and weighed the high mountains in a balance, was now cast on the ground. And he did us like that, man. When you read it, I was reading yesterday in Daniel's 8. He took down Judah, Benjamin, Levi, just like it's in Revelations 12, and carried in horse litter, showing forth unto all the manifest power of God, so that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man, and whilst he living in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell was noisome to all his army. And the man that thought a fool he could reach the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry for his intolerable stink. And they tell you in Isaiah 34 and in Joel 2 and 20 that the stink of the so-called white man's army gonna come up. Let me read it. Hold on. This is the one Isaiah 34. And the Lord destroy these bastards. Oh, it's also in our second Ezra 13. Ezra said it too. In Isaiah 34. It reads in 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, which are these armies that's going to fight against the Lord. Let me read 2. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his anger and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. Same thing going to happen to these Edomites, man. What we reading about now? What's the other one at? Joel 2 and 20. This is Joel 2 and 20. It reads, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, America's army, and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things. To the Edomites. Let's get to 1 second, Ezra. These Edomites, man. The Lord is talking to you devils, man. This is 2 Ezra 13. It reads, let's see. Yep. 2 Ezra 13 and 10, it reads, But only I saw that sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath. Talking about out of Yahweh's presence, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, them laser beams coming from the chariots, and they all were mixed together. The blast of fire, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and a great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon the sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smells of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So yeah, man. Going back to this, 2 Maccabees 9 and 10, it reads, Shalom to the Akimawa tuning in, Yahba Shema Shah Barakatham. And the man that thought a little for, he could reach the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry for his intolerable stink. Here, therefore, being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride and to come to the knowledge of himself by the scourge of God. His pain increased every moment, and when he himself could not abide his own smell, he said these words, It is meet to be subject unto God. And Nebuchadnezzar had to do the same thing, man. And that a man that is mortal shall not proudly think of himself if he were God. This wicked person vowed also unto the Lord, who now no more will have mercy upon him, saying thus, that the holy city, to the which he was going in haste to lay it even with the ground, and to make it a common burial place. He's going to destroy everybody, man. And when you go back to 1 Maccabees 1, he already had them conquered Jerusalem and set his decrees. So he came back from this losing battle, bastard, and he just finna kill all the Israelites, all Judah, Benjamin, Levi. He was set at liberty, and as touching the Jews, when he had judged not worthy so much as to be buried, but to be cast out with their children, to be devoured of the fowls and with wild beasts, he would make them all equals to the citizens of Athens. And the holy temple, which before he had spoiled, going back to 1 Maccabees 1, he would garnish with goodly gifts and restore all the holy vessels with many more. Now he's saying this shit while his pain increased every second. So now, hey, and this apply to you slow belly 2/3 Jakes. Jake gonna want to tap out like Cain on Men's Society. When calamity's on your ass, then you want to try to cry to the Lord. It's gonna be too late, man. It's gonna be too late. In the holy temple, which before he had spoiled, he would garnish with goodly gifts and restore all the holy vessels with many more, and of his own revenue defray the charges. Defray the charges belonging to the sacrifices. Yeah, and that also he would become a Jew himself and go through all the world that was inhabited and declare the power of God. No, nigga, you see, this is what a nigga do. No, nigga, you ain't finna. No, we are. Yeah, we was converted, so we follow Judaism. No, nigga, die. Nigga, and you can't play the Lord, man. And this is what Jake tried to use. Jake tried to use Yahweh by Shema Shai as a get out of jail free card. No, you can do that shit with Jesus. You think you can, but you can't. And they gonna talk about now. You want to say you gonna do all these good things to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, just so the Lord can stop your pains? Hell no. It reads, but for all this, his pain would not cease, for the just judgment of God was come upon him. Therefore, despairing of his health, he wrote unto the Jews the letter underwritten, contained in the form of a supplication after this manner: Antiochus, king and governor, to the good Jews, his citizens, wisheth much joy, health, and prosperity. Hey, the so-called white man, you fork-tongued devil, if ye and your children fare well, and your affairs be to your contentment, I give you very I give very great thanks to God, having my hope in heaven. As for me, hey, and the seven sons I already told them, your ass is through, boy. As for me, I was weak, or else I would have remembered kindly your honor and good will returning out of Persia. Hey, and the Lord said that in Psalms, let me get this. In Psalms 50. Man, that's why the so-called white man, this nigga gonna suffer, man. He gonna suffer. Cause you forgot the Lord, man. You niggas forgot the Lord. Just like he did. See, now, your ass in pain. Now you wanna remember your Yahweh while you Yahweh Shah? No, nigga. Hell no. You ain't remember the Lord when you was doing when you read Daniel's 11, when you was going around taking shit, when you was going around the earth, when you going around the known Asia Minor taking shit, you wasn't humble then. It's Jake right now. Listen, Psalms 50 and 22. Now consider this, ye that forget God, least I tell you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. And this what happened to him, man. It reads, Second Maccabees 9 and 18, it reads, for all this, his pain would not cease, for the just judgment of God was come upon him. Therefore, despairing of his health, he wrote unto the Jews the letter underwritten, containing the form of a supplication after this manner, Antiochus, king and governor, to the good Jews, his citizens, wisheth much joy, health, and prosperity. If ye and your children fare well, and your affairs be to your contentment, I give very great thanks to God, having my hope in heaven. Yeah, your hope is slavery, boy. All you Edomites. Get ready to go to Lowe's or Home Depot, find you a nice thick chain with some locks. Hey, well, they're going to burn up anyway. We got some special chains and locks for your ass. You ain't no key for them neither. As for me, I was weak, or else I would have remembered kindly your honor and good will return out of Persia. No, you weren't weak. You was pride. And being taken with a grievous disease, I thought it necessary to care for the common safety of all. No, nigga. That's because you're sick now. Not distrusting my health, but having great hope to escape this sickness, but considering that even my father, at what time he led an army into the high countries, appointed a successor, to the end that if anything fell out contrary to expectation, or if any tidings were brought that were grievous, they of the land, knowing to whom the state was left, might not be troubled. Again, considering how that the princes that are borders and neighbors unto my kingdom wait for opportunities and expect what shall be the event. I have appointed my son Antiochus king, whom I often committed and commended unto many of you when I went up into the high provinces, to whom I have written as followeth. Therefore I pray and request you to remember the benefits that I have done unto you generally, and in special, and that every man will be still faithful to me and my son. For I am persuaded that he understandeth my mind, will verbally and graciously yield it to your desires. Thus the murderer and blasphemer, having suffered most grievous, as he entreated other men. Yep. So died he a miserable death in a strange country in the mountains. How about that? And Philip, that was brought up with him, carried away his body, who also feared the son of Antiochus, went into Egypt to Ptolemus Philometer. So it said he died in a strange country. Where we dying at? We've been pilgrims on the earth since we've been here, man. We've been pilgrims on the earth since we've been here. So now this nigga done died in a strange country. Well, we've been dying in strange countries since we've been in captivity, man. Nobody feels sorry for you so-called white people, man. Let me go to get these. I got a few more precepts here. Then I'm done. Hey, cause these devils' kingdom is suffering, man. So now let's go to let's go to Psalms. These devil kingdom is suffering, man. These Edomites are suffering. Psalms 49. Hey, the Lord put that devil there. Man, grievous death. Hey, all the ways this nigga killed these different people, starting with Israelites, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, so-called Negroes, Jamaicans, and Haitians. Hey, the Lord brought all that back on you. And then scripture tell you, man. Oh, let me read this. 2nd Ezra. Oh, man. This is 2nd Ezra 5:42. It reads, you will not get away from the Lord, man. You wicked. You think you can hide from the Lord and do stuff? Man, the Lord got you, man. The angels sit around watching us all day. And this is why I come to tell brothers. You got to diligently, day in and day out, man, day in and day out, diligently discipline yourself. If you don't, your ass gonna die a grievous death. You think you can fool a brother because, I can't fool none of the brothers I can't with because they don't see me through the week. Hey, the angels is watching all of us, man. It tell you in Psalm 34:7, they that fear the Lord, angels encampeth around them, man. And I fear Yahweh while Yahweh shot. So much fear. You can't be in this and think you're going to be able to hide shit, man. The Lord going to pick your ass out. And if you're playing games, you don't want to diligently discipline yourself day in and day out, it's going to lead you back to your own lust. That's what's happening. And remember, whatever you was doing before you came into the truth, that shit is still hanging over your head. It's still hanging over your head. Whatever we did in the world, that the Lord said, hey, your sins is wiped away. It's still there. It's still there, man. Think about the stuff you done. It's still there. You got to diligently discipline yourself, man. So this is 2nd Ezra 5:42. It reads, and he said unto me, I will liken my judgment unto a ring, like as there is no slackness of the last, even so there is no swiftness of the first. This is why I say they that come out to Esau ain't gonna rejoice in him. In Ecclesiastes 4:16, it said they that come after shall not rejoice in him. Why? Because they gotta suffer, man. So I answered and said, couldst thou not make as those that have been made and be now, and that are for to come at once, that thou mightest show thy judgment the sooner? No, you got to come again through your father's loins. You got to come again through your lineage. And as it tell you in Ezekiel 18:20, the righteousness of the righteous going to be upon him, and the wickedness on the wicked going to be upon him. You got to come back and play out that judgment. When you die, you go back to the spiritual realm, and the Lord tell you again, I'm finna send your ass back down there, 34th generation, you're going to go back, and you're going to do the same shit. Or something even worse. You either going to be a shooter, you a killer, a thief, or adulterer. Or you made to get rich, and that's your lot till your ass die. Hey, man. Fear the Lord, man. This is Isaiah 49:6. And I mean Psalm 49:6. Because this is cold. And this is why Esau was like, man, he said I was envious. I was envious at this so-called white man till he found out they fucking let it in. This is Psalms 49:6. They that trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches, none of them can by any means redeem his brother. nor give to God a ransom for him. Remember the parable, Lazarus and the rich man. What did the rich man say? Send one of the prophets to my brothers, right? None of them could by any means redeem his brother, nor give to God a ransom for him. You think because you was rich in that life, you could just come up here, you could just come and say, hey, can you send somebody to my brother's house to warn them? No, nigga. It reads, this is verse 11 of verse, no, let me keep reading. For the redemption of their soul is precious, and it ceases forever, that he should still live forever and not see corruption. For he seeth that wise men die. Likewise, the fool and the brutish person perish and leave their wealth to others. The inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations, and they call their lands after their own names. Nevertheless, man being in honor. Who is in honor right now in the earth? The so-called white man. Nevertheless, man being in honor abideth not. He is like the beasts that perish. See, their way, their way is their folly. What it said, let me read it. Let's read it. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Their way is their folly, man. Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. But it's not an error. The Lord set the so-called white man up to be the perfect wickedness. They're the perfect wickedness, a necessary evil. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, a necessary evil. The nigga went from being Edomites. They went from being Edomites to Idumeans to what's this other term? I had a lesson title too. Edomites, Idumeans. What was the other one? You got Caucasians. There was one before that. Oh, Europeans. Edomites, Idumeans, Europeans, Caucasians, right? White people. This nigga, the cover cast of all people. It say, this their way is their folly. Let me read this again. Ecclesiastes 10 and 5. This is an evil. Salaki, there is an evil which I have seen under the sun, as an error which proceeded from the ruler. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. See, I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon the earth. They say, this their way is their folly, yet their prosperity approve their sins. Yet their posterity, not posterity, their posterity prove their sins. What's posterity? Let's see. H310. It's a strong definition is conjunction, remnant. Ooh, this is cold. Remnant. It got from following after, from behind, with other, preposition, besides, behind, hinder, afterwards, of time. See, the damn lineage, man. Because see, that's why vocab don't fighting tooth and nail not to be the Edomites, man. It say right here, cause it say, for he seeth that the wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish person perish, and leave their wealth to others. See, so it reads, this their way is their folly, yet their posterity approve their sins. Like sheep, they are laid in the grave, Death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning. With the morning representing the kingdom of heaven, the dominion of Yahweh, under Yahweh, and their beauty shall consume in the grave from their dwelling. Ooh, their beauty, right? The Lord said He's gonna use the terrible of the nations. Let me get this in the Ezekiel 28. The terrible of the nations is the Russians. It's the terrible out of all the Edomites. The Russians is the worst. Ezekiel 28:7. Behold, therefore will I bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against. Ooh, this is fire. It reads, behold, therefore will I bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defy thy brightness. So right here say, like sheep they are laid in the grave, death shall feed on them, and the upright shall have dominion over them in the morning, which is the Israelites, the elect, starting with Yahweh, start under Yahweh Shah, the 144,000 elect under King David. And their beauty shall consume in the grave from their dwellings. The Edomites' beauty. What's their beauty? Because it says right here in Ezekiel 28, the Lord will bring the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against their beauty of their wisdom. They look at they got the best technology over here. They got the best. But that's that Revelation 13, right? By the means of those miracles. But God will redeem my soul from the power of the grave, which is the Israelites, for he shall receive me. Now, going back to, again, it says, be not thou afraid when one is made rich. When the glory of his house is increased, and they got it all. I want it all. They got it all. For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him. See? That's it for him. Even the seven sons told Antiochus that, man. Though, while he lived, he blessed his soul. And men will praise thee when thou doest well to thyself. He shall go to the generation of his fathers. They shall never see light. No, man. And though man, you know how cold this is that they shall never see light? They finna be in the kingdom of heaven and they ain't gonna never see light. Them niggas gonna be in the pits for 1,000 years, man. Them and they women gonna be in the pit, man. Man that is in honor. Psalms 49:20. Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beast that perish. Did it tell you in Daniel 12:10 that the wicked would not understand? It's also in Obadiah 1:7. It's a man that is in honor. Who's in honor right now in the earth? Don't worry, I'll wait. Somebody tell me who's in honor on the planet Earth right now. Who is it? It's the so-called white man. That's who's in honor. Understand if not, is like the beasts that perish, man. They got to go. This is Job 21. These dogs been living good too, man. They've been living good and wholesome. This is Job 21:22. It reads, shall any teach God knowledge, seeing he judgeth those that are on high? Those that are high. Who's high? The elites. It reads, I love to bring this out because this nigga, David Rockefeller, they said that nigga had over 7 heart transplants. We don't know. That just was what was said. This nigga had over 7 heart transplants, and it's about a right now still waiting on. They still waiting. This nigga had over 7. One died in his full strength. That nigga David Rockefeller, Evelyn Rothschild, what's this nigga name? Henry Kissinger, and that nigga Stephen Hawkins. One died in his full strength. They all died. Oh, Lord Rothschild, that nigga gone too. And yeah, that nigga gone too. Old fucker. One died in his full strength. That nigga said in that interview. And yeah, he talked to my father. You old bastard. One died in his full strength, being wholly at ease and quiet. This those that got the bad, they living good, eating the best. They houses is on 120 acres. Ain't no house around them for miles. Nigga got they bunkers prepped up and ready. That nigga Evelyn Rothschild. Elon, how you I say Evelyn. Evelyn Rothschild, that nigga David Rockefeller, that nigga Lloyd Rothschild, that old fucker. Going into he had the interview with the dude. It's on YouTube. Going into the Balfour Declaration. And that nigga Stephen Hawkins and that nigga Henry Kissinger. One died in his full strength, being wholly at ease. His breasts are full of milk, and his bones are moistened with marrow. And another dieth in the bitterness of his soul. Yeah. Niggas dying. What's this nigga name? Ted Bundy and these niggas, man. The motherfucker, what's that nigga name? Jim Jones. And another dieth in bitterness of his soul, and never eateth with pleasure. These elites be eating with pleasure, man. Then you got one that don't eat like that. It's a common so-called white man. They shall lie down alike in the dust. I'm about to give a damn if you got trillions of dollars or your ass struggling. You an Edomite? Hey, y'all got the same destination, bitch. They shall lie down alike in the dust. And that's the prophecy in Genesis 3. The Lord say, thus should a so-called white man eat all the days of his life, which is confusion. This is why America is named Babylon the Great in the Bible. And what else, Lord? And worms shall cover them. Behold, I know your thoughts and the devices which you wrongfully imagine against me. And who is the Lord talking against me? His people. For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have ye not asked them that go by the way? And do ye not know their tokens? Yes, we know their tokens. And you know ours. There's a great gulf fix. Ours is spiritual, yours is carnal. That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? The remnant, the men that stand in great boldness for Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua. And who shall repay him to his face? Salaki, who shall repay him for what he have done? Now, this verse right here, it say, Job 21 and 31, who shall declare his way to his face? Right? And who shall repay him what he have done? That's the same way it's worded in 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. Let me read it. It's worded different. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. Listen to it. And then shall the wicked be revealed, who shall declare his way to his face? You see it? Who shall declare his way to his face? 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8, the first line. And then shall the wicked be revealed. What? Whom the Lord shall consume, and who shall repay him for what he have done? And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, right? That's who declared the way to his face. And what? And shall destroy him with the brightness of his coming. Who shall repay him what he have done? Yahushua. First the prophets warn this devil, right? First the prophets warn this devil, who shall declare his way to his face. The prophets, your tokens, bitch, you done fucked up the earth. And Yahushua going to repay him for what he have done. Yet shall he be brought to the grave, and shall remain in the tomb. The clouds of the valley shall be sweet unto him. Man, you got to eat that dirt, man. And every man shall draw after him, as there are innumerable before him. How then comfort ye me in vain, seeing in your answers there remaineth what? Falsehood. That's what the nigga set up. It's in Psalms. It said, let me get it. The nigga breedeth. It said he travaileth with mischief and bringeth forth falsehood. Let me get it. I got a couple more here and I'm gone. I'm supposed to been gone. I get to turning up. I got to turn down now. Turn down for what? What is that? Psalms Hold on here. A little excited. Psalms 9 and what was that, 17? Right here. Nope, it's 7. Let's go back. Psalm 7. Yeah. Psalm 7 and 14 reads. And 13. He hath also prepared for him the instruments of death. And it's cold because this word instruments, right? When you read in Isaiah 32, it said the instruments of the churl are evil, right? Well, the Lord got, let me read it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this. The Lord is cold, man, because the Lord got this nigga. This nigga been found out for a long time. This is Isaiah 32 and 7. The instruments also of the churl are evil. He devised a wicked device to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. So the Lord got instruments for this nigga. He have also prepared for him. Who prepared it? Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, the instruments of death. See what this nigga been shooting at us. I can tell you in Psalm 64. This nigga, the so-called white man has tried everything to kill us, man. Hey, and as we all know, it's things come out and it's worded different and it hit different. But the brother Dumb Waffy had brought it at camp about a month ago. The so-called white man he has turned everything as a weapon against us, man. This nigga, everything is a weapon against you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Everything is a weapon, man. The brother brought out the so-called white man. This nigga here, his instruments, this nigga is cold. This nigga done turned everything as a damn weapon to us, man. The Lord, it said, he have also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the what? Against the who, Lord? The persecutors. Who been persecuting you, Jake? The so-called white man. The same one of these niggas. Can't the white man be saved? No, he can't. Thus saith the Lord. Didn't it say in Hebrews 12, the nigga, though he sought it with tears, he can't fucking repent? Behold, he travaileth with iniquity. Listen, women give birth, they be in pain. The so-called white man, they say he travaileth with iniquity and have conceived mischief. And in the midst of travailing with iniquity, and the nigga conceived mischief, this nigga, he took in mischief. He took in mischief like sperm. And what did he brought forth? Falsehood. Yeah, that's a so-called white man. You niggas fighting for this nigga. Well, the Lord is going to lay him down with the worms. Let's get this in Job 24. He got to go. What's that, 19? Let me get this. I got one more precept and I'm gone. This is Job 24:19. Drought and heat consumeth the snow waters. So doeth the grave those which have sinned. The womb shall forget him. Right? What it say in Psalms 58:3? That they'll come out of the womb speaking lies. Right? And go astray as soon as he be born. The womb shall forget him. Hey. The Lord said, can a maid forget her ornaments and a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. But I will not forget thee. Right? There's another one. And that was in Isaiah 49:15. There's another one in Job 20. In Jeremiah 2. The Lord said, can a woman forget her sucking child? right? Or that may be the one in Isaiah 49. One of the two. But it said, can a woman forget her second child? Right? That's impossible to forget your child, man. The Lord is saying the womb shall forget him, man. Can you imagine Rebecca forgetting that she had Esau? Can't make this shit up, man. It's for real. The womb, Job 24:20. The Lord is cold, man. The womb shall forget him. The worm shall feed sweetly on him. Man, they gonna love to eat up this nigga, man. He should be no more remembered, and wickedness shall be broken as a tree. He evil entreateth. He evil entreateth, man. Tell you in Ecclesiastes 14, this nigga don't do nothing. If he do good, he do it unwillingly. Because it be the Lord that put the spirit on the Edomites to do good to Jake. The scripture tell you that. The Lord put the spirit on the Edomites to do some decency to Jake, man. It ain't the so-called white man natural fucking spirit. He don't got a spirit. The nigga is he don't got no spirit, man. The nigga is the devil. He evil entreateth the bearing that beareth not, and doeth not good to the widow. All the stories of how these niggas was experimenting on women without giving them pain medicine. Fucking devils, splitting women boxes, wilder, all type shit, so they can just stitch you in. Experimenting on niggas, man. He draweth also the mighty with his power. This is what he do. But what the scripture say? In Obadiah 1:7, all the men of that confederacy have brought thee even to the border. He drove also the mighty with his power. Job 24:22. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life. And this is what the Lord said. It's in the curses. In Deuteronomy 28, from 65 on down, the Lord said we wasn't going to have no assurance of life. And the sole of our foot should not have rest. Why? Because of the so-called white man. As I tell you in Daniel 7, this nigga, what was that? Is that Daniel 7? Your nigga gonna wear out the saints? That's this nigga, man. He drove also the mighty with his power. He heaped all nations to himself because of their power. That sword. That's that Revelation 17. And they gave the kingdom to the beast. This nigga, hey, you either got down with America or you was gonna be destroyed, man. Them niggas, hey, once them niggas flex with Fat Man and Little Boy, if that's in Revelation 13, he make a fire come down from heaven. So everybody said, man, who was able to make war with this nigga, man? We better, let's get to this dude here. He drove also the mighty with his power and riseth up, and no man is sure of life. But guess what? Verse 23, though it be given him to be in safety. That's in Job 21. So their houses are safe from fear. Their children get to sing and dance, go to the best private schools, and they don't even got to go down there to get it. Them motherfuckers just be born into trillions of dollars. They don't got to do nothing they don't want to. Though it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth. Yet his eyes are upon their ways. The Lord's eyes, the angels, they are exalted for what? A little while, but are gone and brought low. Back to the basis of men. They are taken out of the way as all other rulerships, as all other kingdoms, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. Which that when you cut the tops of the ears of the corn off, they go to the slop bucket, go to the hogs. And if it be not so, who will make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth? So they're going to go back, and the worms is going to feed on them, man. This is what's happening. This is the Antiochus effect. This is what's happening to this America, Babylon the Great. America is in hospice, man. It's in hospice. This is Isaiah 14:11. Nope, Isaiah 14:9. It reads, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. They go back to the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. This hell they're talking about, the hell is the grave, But what's coming for the so-called white man is slavery, man. 1,000 years, and ain't no time in the kingdom. So, man, we don't know how long. We don't know how long. We don't know how long a day gonna be. We don't even know. We don't even know. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, which is the heathen nations. Even now the chief ones of the earth. It raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. See what it just said in Job 24? Let me read it again. See how these precepts go together, man? Let's read this again. Job 24. In verse 22, it reads, he draweth also the mighty with his power. See, right here. This it. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, which is the heathen nations, even all the chief ones of the earth, the other heathen nations, right? Psalms 83, not Job, Obadiah 1 and 7, Revelation 17 and 17. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. See? What did it say? Job 24 and 22. He drove also the mighty with his power. He riseth up, and no man is sure of life. See? All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Yeah, America is becoming like every other country used to be. Now every other country is raising up. But it's talking about the so-called white man, the Edomites, all together. The Russians too. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave. In the noise of thy vows, the worms is spread under thee. The noise of thy vow. Nobody want to hear this trash. Hey, they music trash too. The so-called white man music is trash too. Because who came up with music? It was Jake, man. It's come from Jake. So-called white man that came up with no goddamn music. You know, to play some damn harp music and all this jazz. Nigga, that come from Jake. Israelites created that, man. Jeremiah 51:19 tell you that. Jacob is the form of all things, not some, not half, ain't no possible. No, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitian came up with everything. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. That's their kingdom. America's in hospice, man. And there is no way that they're going to be revived, man. A feeling not happy on the day. Just think that the Lord, it didn't make you Edomite. Right, bro? Yeah. Call out Yabba Shema Shah. Hey, because if it has never been a time in the earth to not be a so-called white man, the time is now. This is not the time to be a so-called white man. For real. But yeah, man, the Lord destroyed. Hey, the same way how the Lord destroyed Antiochus and Herod with them worms. That's America, man. Babylon the Great. We will be destroyed. We watching it fall. We watching it crumble day in and day out, man. Hey, so Lord was edifying. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikad, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, elder, bishop, and elders, a great millstone, rule well, teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. And the sincere salutation to all the Akim pushing this truth and believing this truth with full ends of the earth, the entire world, shall light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the wealth while listening learning. You, if your sister, while listening to the end. May Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, continue to bless you in your houses. May the blessing of election be upon your houses. Till next time, I say Shalom. Ball. Hey, to all for you, Akim, precepts posting. A lot can't read them, but matter of fact, let me read a couple of these, man. This is yep, beautiful. This is the end has come, 2 Maccabees 7 and 31. And thou, this is the brother talking to Antiochus, demon ass, and thou that has been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hand of God. Yep, beautiful, bro. And he put up also, the end has come, James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy. Yep. They have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment. Yep. And we waiting patiently, man. Yep. Beautiful. 2 Ezra 15:21. The end has come, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen. So will I do also, and recompense in their bosom. Thus saith Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh power. Yep. Bro, I got them cold daggers. The end has come. Ecclesiastes 28:23-19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men and considering the most secret parts. That's fire, because I was just reading this in oh man, I gotta get this. In Psalms 44, that's fire. The most secret parts, right? In Psalms 44. I ain't gonna turn up. Bro had me turn up all over again. This is Psalms 44:21. It reads, matter of fact, let's read 19. Though thou hast sore broken us, I'm gonna do a lesson on just this alone, this verse. Psalms 44:19. Though thou hast sore broken us in the place of dragons, the so-called white man, and cover us with the shadow of death, which is a miracle of Babylon the Great. If we have forgotten the name of our power, or stretch out our hands to a strange God, shall not God search us out? For he knoweth the secrets of the heart. Amen. Lord willing, man. Yep. This is the end has come, Job 27:14. One of my faves. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Nope. Yep. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, that has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Yeah, man. That's it. I got to get this one since you said that. This is Job 21:19. It reads, God layeth up his iniquity for his children. He rewardeth him, and he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. Man, I was thinking about this too. Hey, it say in the cup of the hand, in the man, it said Babylon. Man, listen, man, hold on, man. I was thinking about this at work, at the plantation. There ain't no fucking work. Hey, the scriptures say in Jeremiah 51, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. I was thinking about this all day, man. Yesterday. This nigga been in the Lord's hand the whole time. And I'm sure this is this cup here. Hey, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. That made all the earth drunken, man. The Lord just molded the so-called white man just to be the fucking devil, man, on earth. This is why it tell you in Jeremiah 49:12, Lamentations 4, right? Esau finna drink a double portion, cause Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The Lord used the so-called white man to just fuck everything up on purpose. I was just meditating on that, man. Like, Lord cold, man. This is Job 21:20. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. For what pleasure hath he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? This is why Vocab fighting tooth and nail, not to be an Edomite, because this is not the time to be an Edomite, man. It was never a time to be Edomite, as we found out. It was never a time to be an Edomite. Now there's the Greeks, now there's the Romans. Maybe before Esau ate that raw meat, that soup, maybe. Because after he defiled his birthright, that nigga said, I despise his birthright. Being an Edomite at that point, it was downhill. Hey, this is never a time to be the Edomite, man. Who the hell want to be an Edomite knowing that they are still on the earth? Because we don't need the so-called white man validation to tell us that the so-called white man is still living. We don't need that. Psalm 63, even David Guzik said, David Guzik, when you go to the blue letter and go to Isaiah 63, when it said, who is this that coming from Edom? Even David Guzik, a so-called scholar, say that's talking about the Messiah. Go to Isaiah 63. The Apostle Paul went into this. Go to Isaiah 63 and go to blue letter and go to that chapter, and then hit our commentator and go to David Guzik, and he said that's your Habashai, man. Yeah. And if that ain't enough for you, the Lord said in Revelation 1:7, every eye shall see him, even those that pierced him. Who pierced the Lord? It was the Roman Empire at the time. If that's not enough, the Lord said in Matthew 22, show me the tribute money. And they gave it to him a penny. And Yahweh said, whose image and superscription is on this coin? What did they say to him? Caesar. Caesar. It's Caesar. Who face on the money right now? It's a Caesar. Yes, it is. They gonna try to do it with the coins and all this shit. Nigga, you can't. Hey, y'all faces on the money. If that's not enough, there's other prophecies. Ezekiel 36. What it said? Ezekiel 35 too. The ancient high places are ours in possession, and we will possess it as if the Lord was there. And they said, what? Aha! The ancient high places are ours. Psalm 79. Right? They have trodden down thy temple and thy sanctuary. We know who in the land of Israel, and I'm sorry, we know who's in the state of Israel, because it ain't a land. It's the so-called white man. Prophecy says, Revelation 19, Revelation 12, the dragon and his angels, right? Who the hell is in Revelation 19 fighting against the Messiah when he returns? It said all the armies of the earth. Who controls the armies? Don't worry, we'll wait. It's the so-called white man. Anyway, hey, throughout for tuning in. How about Shema Shai continue to bless you in your houses? May the blessing of the election be upon your houses. Till next time, I say Shalom. Matter of fact, let me do this. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Shalak Rayam Wa Anashim Wa Badim Wa Haragim Wa Mashapayim Al Kal Adawamium Wa Kawarium Wa Yab Yamnawa Bakasha Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai the water Haman. Shalom.